welcome again to my YouTube channel. So for those who are new in this channel, don't forget to hit subscribe and of course click the bell as well so that it will notify you for my next video. So as you have seen in the title, the topic for today is all about signs of toxic people around you. So I want to discuss this topic to you guys because I was a victim of toxic people these previous months, or I should say these previous years. One of the things that I have committed in this YouTube channel is also share to you the insights or the experiences that I've been through so that I can add on I can also share my life to you partly, or at least give you an insight or idea on how I able to come up victorious, o paano ako lumabas from that comfort zone. Okay, so toxic people are really people that very hard to dealt with, and of course sometimes if we don't notice, because especially for the Filipinos, I think we're too kind to say no to the toxic people that is around you. It's very hard for us to move on or go to the next season or what direction you really want to push through to your life. So one of the things na masabi mong toxic people, it could be hindi lang people, okay, toxic environment, toxic family. So we're not talking about people here, we're also talking about family. It could be a surrounding or your relationships. It's very hard, guys, that you are entrapped in that situation, because for example, if you won't let go of that certain person or that certain group of people, it will give so much, it will cause much toll of you, it will really sap all your energy, and then one day when the time na darating na yung time na you're already tired of it, you will wake up so tired and hurt, and you have to go through the process of moving on. So mas masakit yung proseso. So as much as possible, this video is all about giving you the signs and wonders, and then the signs that you can consider that the person is toxic, so that you can avoid it as early as possible. Okay, so I also have the list that I have here with me. Number one sign of a toxic person is the controlling attitude. That controlling person is very particular on what you think, what you do, what you will gonna say about that person. Even the way you think about that person, he needs to know everything, and sometimes that person will gonna micromanage all the details of your life. So for example, for the relationships, for example, you cannot go anywhere, you cannot go to this place or to this place, or if you have to go, or if you will gonna go to that place, you have to ask for permission time to time. So I'm not addressing this issue on kids because it's a different story, or the youngster or the teenagers. You really need to ask your parents approval to go on some places, but I'm addressing this one to the adults. So if that relationship or a friend or a business partner, so it could be a friend, a business partner, or a boyfriend, or even a husband that will gonna control you and will really very particular in all the activities that you do. Attitude number two is the spiritual vampire. That spiritual vampire will gonna always have a negative thing to say in the environment, in the government, in the food, in all the aspect. Wherever you go, the only thing that you will hear from that person is always bad. I'm sad, I'm the victim, you know what, my family is like this. So much full of drama. So you really have to spot on those kind of people, because he's already like that when you are not around. So it's easy for that person to backstab or backbite or say negative words against the people around him. So in the future, you can be also that victim of hers. So you have to be, you know, careful sa mga tao na mapapansin nyo laging nagsasabi ng masama or negative to the people around them, or complainers, naysayers. They have always something negative to say and so much full of drama. Number 3 is playing the victim. My God, I have known a lot of people like this. They are the one who're gonna always play the drama. There are times naman talaga in our lives that we really have to undergo pain and even drama and even crying, and even especially when there are so many problems that comes in your life. So it's very what do you call this? It's very okay to cry. It's okay lang naman na umiyak, and it's okay to feel bad about your situation or about that thing. But of course, intelligent people knows how to snap out, knows how to focus on the good things, and knows how to divert their energy from the negative one to positive one. That's one thing I have learned as well, because I myself was a toxic person when I was still younger, because I used to dwell on the negative things. And one of the example that I can give is before with Raymond, when we were still single, when we're still not yet married, I mean, usually when we go to the malls and I have to go there, or like, okay, one of the example is for example, I want to go out with him, and then I want him to choose the food that, or the restaurant that we dine in. Then here comes I always like, you know, you choose the restaurant, and then Raymond cannot decide right away which restaurant to eat. And the worst thing that I will do, I will cancel all the activities within that day. Alam mo yung kaya kong sirain yung buong araw namin. Ladies, I advise you that it's okay naman talaga paminsan-minsan na we were gonna make some drama and make some pabebe and make some papansin to our spouse. But of course, you really have to limit those things kasi nakakaubos din siya ng energy, and the guy will always think, anong problema na naman itong, ano naman drama nitong tao na to. So don't always play the victim. Don't always be too emotional. You need to snap out and you need to move on, because we are all accountable of our own emotion. We are all responsible of all what we feel and how we will gonna respond in every bad situation. You can spot a toxic person if he will gonna always blame you for all the problems and all the trials and all the problems in the world. He will gonna put all the blame on you, despite of you putting so much effort just to make things work. He will gonna always be a fault finder. Kasalanan mo to because you do this, because you do that, because you can, and he will really ask extra mile of you, yung sobrang sobra. Example that I can give you is that for example, there's a one guy or there's a one person na nakita mo that who needs help, and that person, of course, kita mo na he got bruised, and that person asks you to go to the pharmacy or the clinic. Then that person asks you to send him off to his house. Then after that, he will gonna ask you to buy food for him. So you can identify that person if he will really keep on asking so many things of you na parang, you know, you can really spot on that there's really something wrong about that person. Kasi nga, it's just a simple thing. You know what I've learned in life is that hindi lang naman to applicable sa marriage, but everywhere you go in business or everything, it always has to be meet halfway, diba? There are a lot of times that you will gonna compromise, but you can spot that person if that person cannot, what do you call this, is not grateful, or cannot, how do you call that one? Yung he is not thankful of all the effort that you do, but all the things that he sees to you is mali ka kasi ganito. He will ask something that you cannot really deliver. And another example is that, for example, you have a friend or you have a relationship na nag-away kayo or you're not in a good terms, and then you decided to talk to that person. And of course, kunwari, kasalanan talaga ng other side. So you were expecting at some point that in the middle of the conversation, that person will somehow ask for forgiveness or apology. But unfortunately, the conversation ended up na ikaw pa rin yung humingi ng sorry. So, there are flippers ang tawag dyan, who knows how to flip the situation and makes you appear that you are the one who commits the mistake. Okay lang sometimes, but if a lot of times, then you really have to think if that person still needs to be part of your life. And another thing of a playing victim is that you always encourage that person, and that person is always being so negative about himself, like you can do this, you can do that. Parang, they're very defensive na, ay, hindi ko yan kaya, hindi kaya mo yan, ganyan. If that person, you know, I have encountered that recently, na parang, in your friendship or in your relationship, you are doing your best, ginagawa mo naman yung lahat. Of course, you are not also perfect, but if that person cannot accept you, and lahat na lang na makikita na negative sa'yo, she will gonna use that thing against you, then you really have to consider being friend with that. Kasi ang hirap na parang you are encouraging that person time to time, and that person still sees himself na, ay, ganito lang ako. Tapos, ang gagawin niyan, kasi ikaw, you really want to soar high, so that person will gonna drag down all your energy, drag down all your dreams, para bumaba ka sa level niya. So, if you spot, or if you can think of one person na experience mo yung ganito with them, then you really have to contemplate being with that person still. Okay, I'm so sorry. Is our topic getting serious? So, as mentioned, you can grab a cup of coffee or sit down at the couch if you want to hear more of this. Okay, so ano na ba tayo? Attitude, I don't know what number it is, but the next attitude is the emotional abuse, always yelling at you, always saying negatives towards you, always putting you down, telling you negative things, and those people are backstabbers as well. For example, you have given all your best, pero pag nagkamali sila ng onte, they will gonna take it negatively to you. Ang nakikita lang nila is yung effort nila, but they cannot see na ikaw gumagawa ka rin pala ng effort to make things work. Kasi yung iba, ang gusto nila, they try to change you. They don't know how to set boundaries. Yun. So, ang problema kasi sa mga emotional abusive na mga tao is that you will end up frustrated, you will end up depressed, and have a low self-esteem because ang daming mga negative words na finid ng person sa'yo. So, you have to be careful of that. Toxic people does not necessarily sinasadya nila yung ginagawa nila. There are some toxic people that are not even aware of that they're already toxic. So with that, if you felt like the person is not really aware that he is causing so much toxicity, then you really have to set boundaries. And there are some person also that knows that they have the power over you or power to destroy all your positivity. So with that, you really have to put a guard, guard yourself. Kasi wala namang ibang mag-guard sa sarili natin kundi tayo lang. Right? Okay, the next attitude is people who doesn't respect your boundaries. Nako, especially in business, I don't want to go into details, but a lot of people really wants to change you on how, kumbaga, for example, they want you to do the business on how they do their business. Ikaw, you have a different way of doing the business, and a lot of people will somehow, ang worst pa niyan, they will gonna start to gossip about you and humiliate you and, say negative things about you because they are frustrated that they cannot manipulate you easily. I've been there and done that, and I have learned it along these years that, I must also, at the first step or stage of the relationship, you have to let that person feels na may boundary ka lang. Kasi if you don't make them feel like you really have the boundary, then they will gonna abuse you. And even sometimes, ang worst pa niyan, like with my experience, I allow them, parang I will still give the benefit of the doubt na, sige nga, itry ko nga kasi baka nga may point siya. Pero pag makikita mo pa rin in the long run, parang ikaw pa rin yung mas nag-a-adjust compared with that person. So, that person doesn't deserve to be in your life or doesn't deserve of your pain or energy. It's another thing to forgive. It's another thing to bear with weaknesses towards our sisters and brothers, but you have to choose the people that you're gonna walk with. Not all the people that you encounter are for you, and not all the people that, you know, mamimit mo sa buhay is really meant for you to have a forever walk or long walk with them. So you really have to identify in between, kasi ang hirap talaga guys is really letting go of that person, lalo na when you put so much of your energy and love to that person. Yun. Am I making sense? I hope I am making sense, kasi ang gagawin ko kasi guys, every Tuesday will be my personal vlog, and every Friday will be talking about deeper things in life, which is that is really my passion. Sorry. Gaya nga nang mention ko last time in my previous vlog, yung sa things I wish I knew before I married, is that I really want to go deeper, because lalo na ngayon in the social media world where everything is fake book and everything that you see is hindi mo na ma-identify which one is true, because of course even I myself, why will I gonna post something negative about myself? So kung may post man ako, yung positive lang. So I think I want to drive the people, like, you know, helping them shifting the gears of identifying lies and truth. Lalo na ngayon, sobrang uso ang suicide, konting problema lang, papakamatay, and everything. Yung pala, lack of understanding and lax attitude that you can spot a toxic person is the liar. So, yung mga liar, it's very understandable. It's okay naman talaga we lie sometimes and a bit, but if that person is exaggerating so many things, and parang you have seen in that person or observed that person that he keeps on lying from one thing to another person, yung parang two-face yung tawag nila, then you really have to back off and get off from that person. Kasi, ang mahirap niyan, they will gonna tend to create their own world according to what they believe in, because they used to lie, and even to themselves they can lie as well, and most of the people na ganyan cannot move on. So ang problema magiging mangyari niyan guys, you will be affected. So if you have seen one of the people na who used to lie on money and everything, you really have to, if that person is parang malala na, then you really have to send them, or those people are need of medical intervention na they have to go to the therapist or everything. So kung ikaw then, if you're going through like that, if you have seen yourself na parang you keep on lying from time to time, then you really need to seek help of doctors. The next attitude is the jealous and judgmental person. Ako, I've known a lot of these people. Yung parang they are intentionally insecure. Yung parang, one of the thing are the bullies. One of the examples of that are the bullies. For example, may magandang babae, and then maganda naman talaga siya. And of course, dahil nga you felt like you are threatened or insecure with that person, you will gonna say negative things about that person kahit wala namang ginagawa. Sometimes, we do that if, for example, meron talaga tayong nafe-feel na something with that person, but if that person is frequently doing it, then you really have to be careful, because you will be the next victim. So, avoid mo yung mga ganyan tao guys, kasi if they can do it to others, then they can do it to you. Ayun. And then, I think the last one, I have last two pala, okay. So, the last, the next attitude is the arrogant one. Yun yung mga selfish, yun yung mga know-it-all na mga tao na they don't solicit any ideas from you, and if meron kang mga creative ideas, they will just gonna brush it off and make you feel like mas magaling pa rin sila sa'yo. There are times naman talaga na you really have to weigh in the balance. Nga, mas magaling siya. But if you notice that person is always making you feel like sila yung laging tama, then you really have to start, you know, putting a boundary on that person. Kasi mahirap yun guys, yung parang alam niya na lahat, parang siya na lahat. Sobrang hirap no, nakakasap yun ng energy, kasi at the end of the day, you will felt like so insecure, kasi parang mapifeel mo na, oh nga, tama nga pala siya, oh nga, mali pala ako, oh nga, bobo-bobo ko talaga. Yung mga tao na that makes you feel like you are bobo, then you really have to think of why, or you really have to consider being with that person. Yun talaga yung pinaka dapat i-consider nyo. One of the example of an arrogant person is that he will think like his opinion are the facts. For example, i-example ko yung utang guys kasi I'm really into business. So, they will think like, hindi, kasi sa akin naman, pwede naman ako magpautang kasi lagi akong nagpapautang, hindi naman issue yun sa akin. Tapos sa'yo, since ikaw, you have the boundary of setting a limitation kasi iba naman yung case mo sa case niya, baka ikaw sobrang gipit, tapos siya, marami naman palang pera. Then, if that person makes you feel like you are less of him or you are less of her, na parang nang sama-sama pala ng pag-uugali ko, tama nga pala siya, and we don't know pala na behind that, ang dami niya na palang utang, ang dami palang bad record. So you really also have to consider that person's background in terms of finances or whatever it is. So you really have to be careful, and you must filter the people na i-allow nyo na magiging close nyo in your life. Ayun. So, and the last one is the negative people. So, diba, have you tried or can you think of a person na, for example, you are so excited to go for a meeting or to go with a gimmick with a barkada, and then here's one friend or one co-worker which is we're gonna, destroy the positive vibes of the whole group, or the things na maiisip mo, negative na tao yun. So, you're gonna, drop and pull out all your energy. Parang, you're so excited, and here's one person who's gonna destroy that positive energy level, yung parang pangmadlang people na level, ganon. And then, another sign of a negative person will gonna always wish negatively towards other people. Yung mag-iisip ka na sana magganyan siya, sana huy, alam mo yan, for example, may nakakita ka lang na nagtattoo or nagka-boyfriend ng huy, malandi talaga yung babae, huy, alam mo nga, ganun, yung mga ganun, always may nakikitang something wrong about others. So those are the types of negative people. And of course, baka ikaw na nakikinig ay isang negative person, then you need to pray about it and ask help from other people if you think like maraming mga signs of a negative or toxic person na medyo nandun ka. If you are that person, I am praying na you can overcome that kind of I am praying that you can overcome that situation na para at least you can be more effective, you can be effective at work, in your family, you can function well. And of course, to those people who are in that toxic relationship, I am also hoping and praying that you will have the energy or strength or courage to come out from that situation, whether it could be a schoolmate, business person, classmate, friends, co-workers, even the family. I hope you will have the energy or the courage to step out in that relationship, and I hope this helps you spots toxic people in your life. And ang magiging problema niyan kasi guys, kumbaga, ang problema kasi if you keep on being with those toxic people, maybe you will just wake up one day na parang naging ganun ka na rin pala sa kanila. And of course, you will go through so many emotional trauma pag hindi mo pa na-address yung issue as early as possible. So, yung sabi ko kanina, just set boundaries to the people that you think na medyo toxic, medyo lumayo-layo ka sa kanila, medyo wag kang masyadong lumapit. Ganun lang. Parang, okay, hi, hello, you can still be nice to them, but do not dig in or do not bring yourself to those people kasi yun yung mahirap. So, yun lang guys. God bless you, and I hope na you have learned something from this video, and see you on my next video. This has been FernaciaVlogs. See you!